Oh man, it's some crazy weather happening out there. What's up going on, y'all? It's your boy Red Crimson here in this DarkCrimson DC. And right now I'm talking about the great anime film that's happening right now on Netflix. It's called Sea Beast. There's so much thing to tell about this great animated film. And well, before I start getting into it though, let me get a little change of scenery or change in look. Woo! Alright. Now that I'm better not wet anymore, let's get down to the video. So, to how I feel about this film, I very much say it's a very good one. Definitely family oriented. Definitely like has a lot to give. It definitely gives me that feeling or so like you're watching like a little bit of some How to Train Your Dragons kind of feel with some like Finding Nemo, Finding Dory kind of feel. There's definitely got a lot of good like funny moments. So I mean, of course, it is a family film. What else? But like to me, it keeps you interested, especially if you're a kid that just like really likes animals or so, or like loves sea life or so. Because for me, I'm trying to be a marine biologist, so this film and such was definitely like hitting home for a lot of stuff. And I mean, it was a great film. Like I said, had a lot of laughs. Definitely got you like interested, and it's definitely like in terms of like how everything looked for it or so. I mean, hey, it's on Netflix. Check it out. It's already out. To how it goes based upon like the visuals is like straight up beautiful. I definitely liked it. There was a couple of things that I did want to like showcase or so in terms of it though. Here, check it out. So as you can see, the visuals there is very beautiful. I wonder exactly where they went to like show like the type of visual they did for it because I feel like it's modeled after something. Maybe like somewhere around like England or maybe around like the southern area or so of like the planet or so. I can't rest say I'm thinking like around England, France, somewhere around that area or so. They probably did the whole How to Train Your Dragons kind of feel. They probably was like, let's just do it around that area kind of thing. But still, our stuff in there was like very great, and also too like some of the like particular like visuals in there that like really make you be like, ooh, like as a little kid or so. Here's another snippet. So that right there was a couple of visuals that I thought that was like pretty like giving me that like that might give you like a little scary sensation or something like that or so if you saw it like at nighttime or so, but it's nothing like too dramatic, but I just felt like the music gave it that mood. But let's get down to the main plot of the story. So the main point of the whole thing is basically like on some How to Train Your Dragons kind of feel. Like at least that's what I was getting. Having to where it's like, oh, it's misunderstood on both sides, and this whole war just didn't. It wasn't exactly like how Chris cut as it seemed. It all started out really with a guy named Jack Holland. Yeah, I get it, Holland. Don't make a connection with Spider-Man right here. No relations. But it showed out with him as a kid, being shipwrecked. And I guess as you see from one of the clips or so, like literally the monster that you saw that was under him or so under the scene. Well, I guess assuming that was the one that actually attacked the ship or so, and he was stranded, family members gone, and so this guy named Captain Crow, which apparently is the greatest monster hunter that's ever happened in the little scenery that they were in, or so. I can't say the whole world because they really didn't expand as far into the movie as it is, but from the scenery, as you can see, it looks like somewhere from the far east or west or so, somewhere in England or something like that. It's like I said, it gave me like How to Train Your Dragon vibe, so it might be around their little area or so. But he took him in, raised him as a son, and he became like one of the greatest. They got books they got him in books. Like he just placed himself in history. You see photos, posters everywhere. You know, like he's been like a real, bad boy of the seas and all that. And then there's this little girl named, well, I guess say his name is Maisie Bumble or Maisie or something like that. Somehow to do it. Put down the description down below how corrected, how you can say it if you can. And so it's them, and then there's the royal family. So they have a major part into this whole shebang or so from this movie. And so apparently, look, I'm gonna call her Maisie. So Maisie, she's sitting here from a descendant of monster hunters who took part in this ship called the Monarch, which has a real traumatic past into it and definitely has a big involvement into the film. Once you guys see it, y'all pretty much will know. Like I said, a lot of family members like really were down into it. I guess to say it was like I guess they could have been the family's like top like military group or something like that, or monster hunters pretty much. Like you could tell in the film that there actually are different monster hunter groups. But the one with Jack Holland and Captain Crow's that they botched and they voted into the inevitable is literally like their top tier hunters. So in the film, they sit here like going embarking to attack this or try to hunt this red buster, which I like to call Red T-Rex. But in the film, they call her Red, which apparently in the film, she's a female monster. Even though when you look at it at first, you make you think like it's a dude. But hey, there's always been, mislook and how some monsters look or whatnot, though. But Captain Crow definitely had it in out for her. He said he lost his eye in the battle with it, which I don't know how the hell you really lose an eye with something that's as massive as the Red Bluster, honestly. I guess maybe a piece of wood or something like that smacked in the middle of the battle, and he's just like, "Oh, I lost an eye. I'm gonna kill you now. Seek revenge on you." Like, I guess. I mean, I feel like it's more. I don't know. I feel like it's more. I guess say imperative for revenge if I like lost a leg, lost an arm, or something like that, or like or like I lost a son, family member with into it. But they didn't really like go far into his whole family tree thing, which that's not really important or whatnot. But you definitely have some family moments that really make you like understand a little bit to where you really feel somewhat invested into the movie to where you feel interested into it. What else? Well, like I said, as the thing going on, they sit here facing against the Red Bluster. Well, he was the captain. He was just dead driven on trying to battle it, even though it was literally sinking the damn ship. Because they tried to get ensnared in. Of course, that didn't work. And so Maisie went and cut the rope. Jacob tried to stop her, but didn't really like stop it. And the Red Bluster really was checking it out. And they really cut the rope. And as you saw one of the visuals so that I put down, instead of eating them, just looked at them like, "You saved me." And then just crept in the dark, and it's such awesome. Like I said, it gave me real like How to Train Your Dragon vibes, because that was definitely on some Hiccup and Toothless kind of scenario. Like I feel like, look, if y'all looked at the trailer or so, they probably did get this from How to Train Your Dragon. If they didn't, they heavily got their ideas so from it, because it touched too much to it, in my opinion. But so at the end, the captain was straight up pissed with Mad so because of that stunt, because he was like, "You got rid of my revenge. What the hell?" So he was really about to, I don't know if he was about to kill the kid or literally about to beat the shit out of her ass. I don't know. Because he was really pissed. And so the Red Bluster really came in and got them. Didn't eat them, but just got him in the mouth and just took off on some Pinocchio stuff, pretty much. And as you can see, and like I said in the visuals, so you definitely see it's like an underwater world that like I really, really loved. And I was like, oh man, the visuals in there was just amazing. And at the end of the, like, pretty much say in the beginning, pretty much towards the middle and the end, it was basically just them like getting to know that monsters are not really truly the enemy. They're like misunderstood creatures, like in most particular films. Like I said, it's on some Jurassic Park kind of thing, somewhat. And they, like I said, have family moments. He's like, see, if you see in the trailer, so they got the little blue dude. They call him Blue, Red Blue, really. But yeah. So it had like a little family, little moments, little comedy in the mix of it, of course. Definitely had some monster fights in there, which I thought that was pretty good with the visuals and how they did it. And so at the end, they pretty much figured out like, oh, like we don't really have to fight these guys. Well, like I said, it pretty much was like I said, it definitely had some How to Train Your Dragon things because you had one side where they like we gotta fight them, other side where it's like, yo, there's gotta be more to the story than just this. So at the end, they came and got common ground, and they decided to work, with the monsters instead. And as the story went on, they definitely made some wrong turns, especially with Captain Crow. Made some bad deals, which I really wish they really didn't go into details about that, about the aftermath to it. But it's pretty much over and done with anyway, with how the movie ended anyway. So this really didn't matter, honestly. Disappointing as that is, but hey, it all got involved in happy ending. So hey, it's a win-win in some form of sense. But at the end, when Captain Crow actually did manage to capture the Red Bluster, of course, they sit here and brought it to the royal family. The royal family wanted it dead. I guess say the Red Bluster or so is basically like an apex predator. I wouldn't say it's the king, or in this case the queen, but definitely was one of those apex predators you don't mess with. Like you consider it like the T-Rex, something like that. Like it's not the only one, but it's the one that most you see in the movie. There's definitely a lot of ones of different types, obviously. So, they don't go on to details in terms of the monsters though, but definitely had its moments of great battles. But the major point to all this though is that the royal family, yeah, they had a very big hand into the whole situation involving this war. They're the one that actually started it. Because Maisie looked into their books and saw that the family seal was in it. So I'm sitting here looking at it like me and May was both looking like, what? Like every single page they looked to, every single history book that you get in from the monsters and such on, each of them had involvement involving the royal family. So I'm looking like, so dang, these guys right here is what started the war. Like the monsters really truly won. They basically they were just defending themselves for the most part. Which, in more circumstances, that pretty much makes sense. So yeah, so it just like it pretty much like showed a lot of drawbacks into that whole thing because it makes you want to ask questions. You be like, hold on a minute. If they sitting here lied about the whole war and such on, then what was the situation involving the monarch? And like I said, that had a major part in the whole thing too. At least in terms of the end. Like I said, it didn't really like make like a whole like mystery behind it though, but it had its little touch here and there. But a lot of people definitely was second guessing them. Nothing bad happened to the royal family, of course, disappointing as that is. But they definitely did run away like a bunch of cowards. So it was like, yay, victory for us. And so at the end, they went out. Monster Hunt was pretty much to say over. At least in that particular part, I don't really expect them to do a number 2, but they could. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just this one part, in this particular world. It could be different in another area. So like I said, they could do a number 2, but, if it doesn't, then hey, it's all good. It ended on a good note. But hey, that's all there is going on for this film and such a lot. Like, subscribe, share the video, how it goes. And also, too, like... Oh, crap. Alright, y'all, we're just sending real quick. Wait, what? No. Oh, snap.